shot ourselves in the foot. And we've had to kind of grow up in some areas that I think have been pretty obvious. And I think we got some guys that have grown up and are just going to get better. We're by far from a finished product, and we're not obviously the same product that we were last year when we scored more points than any team in school history. Coaches didn't get stupid. We got to mature a little bit and grow up in some areas, and that's what we're going to do. And that's why you recruit. I'm excited about what we got coming back. We got one senior starting on our offense, 2 counting KP. So we got a lot of guys that are playing that are going to be back, and we got a great recruiting class that we're putting together. That's going to add some explosiveness back into our offense, and I'm excited about where we're heading offensively.
Are you on the same plan with Taj this week?
Oh yeah. We want to try to continue to involve him whenever we can. He got a couple series last week, and we fumbled the dang. We had 2 first play fumbles last week, and that's it's hard to win that way, but we found a way. And so he had one of them, and then we had another drive with him that I hate. He was able to keep the drive going, but we had a holding call, which killed that. And but it's good to see him get a little action, and we want to try to continue to get him somewhere we can and keep him going. But Kyle, again, just I can't say enough about how well he played without him, and for him to be able to do it with coming off a game where he obviously didn't play good, and everybody likes to remind him of that every day. He stepped up, and then going out and making a couple boneheaded decisions and coming out of the game, and then going back in and performing like he did. I think he really said all he needed to say about who he is.
Sort of focus, attention.
What's the first part?
Now that you're bringing Taj in the game, do you think it's sharpened?
No, I just think he played like crap against Boston College, and he's a competitor. That's all I think.
He started out so well against NC State, but then played better as the game went on, didn't he?
He actually played well against NC State the whole game except for 2 plays. It was 2 plays that were not good. He graded very, very well. Threw for 69%. Played pretty good. But he had 2 bad decisions that cost us. But he's not perfect. But again, the way he made some great throw. That throw to Nuke Hopkins, that throw down the middle of the field, and the one for the touchdown, the check downs to Jamie Harper. He really played well. And I said before the game I'd be shocked if he didn't play his best game of the year. I'd be shocked. And I thought he did. I thought he played his best game.
He's more comfortable in the pocket now that Hopkins, Brown, McNeil have kind of established themselves. Do you notice anything in that respect?
Well, when guys are catching the ball, it makes any quarterback more comfortable. And they're catching the ball. They're growing up. Nuke and Bryce are they're not doing everything right, but when they're finishing plays and little things that we just got to grow up on, like Bryce on the first 3rd down conversion. That's day one. Catch the ball, tight turn north south. And he's going laterally, dancing. Next thing you know, it's a fumble and just not doing what he's coached to do there. But they'll continue to grow up. And as Nuke as he gets stronger and builds his body in the offseason, same thing with Bryce. And we're going to get Jerron back. We didn't have Jerron. Marquand stepped up great for us. So we'll be more at our full complement of players this week with Jerron coming back. But KP's got to play well. Is the bottom line. He's got to play well for us to have a chance to win.
On the running back side, is Jamie over what he had on Saturday, and what's Andre's prognosis past Saturday?
Yeah, Jamie's fine, and I'm proud of Jamie Harper. You know, he really laid it on the line. He gutted it out the whole game. Gave us some inspirational plays where he just, you know, the effort was tremendous. Was a factor in the passing game, and so you know I'm very pleased with how he played, and hopefully he'll you know, take a lot of confidence from that and play even better this week. He still left some things on the field in the running game that I think he can get corrected. But you know, not having Ellington hurts, obviously. I mean, he's a big part of our offense that's missing, and we have to overcome that in different ways. But Jamie's fine. Ellington again is going through this rehab process that we have in place, and that's going to be a week to week. He's definitely out this week, but that's going to be something we'll evaluate each week. But again, we're hopeful that he's going to be able to come back and play, you know, before the season's out.
Yeah, but why does FSU have 38 sacks? What are they doing? They're 11 ahead of anybody else in the conference. What's so different?
Well, they had some in a lot in a game or two, which got them off to a good start. But they're winning a lot of one-on-ones. I mean, they're good players. And again, not a big blitz team. I mean, they bring their pressures and zone like everybody else has, but it's not like they're just lining up and selling out to get after the quarterback. They're winning. They're disruptive. 99 and 93 are good players inside, and them two ends. You know, Jenkins is as good as you're going to find in the country. So they've been able to get pressure with a 4 and 5 man rush and play zone behind it most of the time.
How did they allow so many big plays Saturday? Were they just devoting more to the run, to stopping the run, or?
They just had some double moves, a lot of play action. Yeah, they had a lot of play action, but North Carolina big played them, got behind them. Off of some double move type of stuff, and you know they got the ball on the grass a few times where some guys were able to run for some yards, but you know, really executed well the whole ball game. But it was all mostly passing game, and you know, just big plays in the passing game, double moves, slant and go, drive and go. Threw over the top off of a naked one time, and you know, we're able to hang on and win it in the end.
Is their pass rush? Is it more of a speed rush on the outside? Is it more of a pocket collapsing?
They'll speed rush up the field. They'll come up and under. They do a good job with their tackles, penetrating and then also twisting inside. I mean, they got the whole complement of everything you're looking for in the defensive line. I mean, these guys can play. Everett Dawkins and Jacoby McDaniel are really active, you know, guys that gobble up blocks and create some one-on-ones for their two ends.
You anticipate Jamie will again shoulder 90% of the running load, or what'd you see out of Rod?
Rod will have to play better. Didn't play well. You know, he just didn't play very good with his opportunities, and but I hope he'll play better this week. He's certainly capable. I think he just got a little big-eyed, and hopefully he practiced good, you know, but just got in the game, and like a lot of young players do, just kind of forget about the fundamentals and the basics of what you're doing, and you get caught up in the big picture, and instead of focusing on, hey, all right, here's where my eyes are, this is my read, this is my key, I'm gonna do it exactly how I've been coached to do. And so I was a little frustrated because he can really help us. So we'll see. You know, that's going to depend on Rod. That's one of the things I told him is, you know, he'd have played more if he had you know, executed a little bit better. But I think he will. He's just going to get better. He's a good player, so hopefully he'll be a spark for us this week. He's certainly capable of it.
Yeah, was it going to be a little strange going down to Tallahassee and not having 1,000 Bowdens around?
Yeah. That will be a little different. You know, that's something I'll always remember. In fact, I've got a picture in my office in there. That's something I'll always remember is last year, you know, having the opportunity to visit with Coach Bowden before the game and after the game, and being a part of his last Florida State Clemson game, all the battles that he's had over the years. But yeah, it'll be a little different, but it's still Bobby Bowden Field, and I'm sure his presence is still very much surrounding the area down there. So,
Devin, can you talk about Rennie Moore and his development this year and how he's become somebody you can count on? Made a lot of big plays the other day.
Well, he's just gotten committed. You know, he's grown up. He's to me been a guy that's never been committed, never been fully all in, and you know, he's just bought in finally. And Coach Brooks has done a great job with him on and off the field. But Rennie's just, you know, he's just trying to do things the right way, and that's what usually happens when guys do that. Usually it affects them on the field as well as off the field, and I think that's what we're seeing with him. But he didn't have any busts the other day. Played very, very good. I mean, might be his best game ever. But he is an active, disruptive guy, and I'm happy to see him making the progress and hopefully becoming the guy that we need him to be. Because if he continues on this track, he's going to be a really good player the rest of this year and next year.
Dabo, how do you think you guys have kind of held up during these first couple months where it seems like, you know, it goes from this guy is falling to things are better and we're on the way back? It seems like it's been a season with a lot of those kind of swings that could really kind of take a toll on 20-year-olds.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a long season. Our guys have done a good job, as I've said every week, of just going back to work. Win or lose, they've gone back to work. They've just kept battling regardless of what somebody may say or somebody's perception or what somebody writes or whatever. They don't get caught up in all that. They don't splinter. This is a team. We're building a program, and this is a team within our program right now, and they are a close group, and they just hang in there. Nobody makes any excuses. We just go back to work. It's been a tough year. You know, when you're in position to win every game, and when you lose, it's been close. When we really, up until Saturday, when we won, it really hadn't been that close. And then all of a sudden, we the 3 losses on the road have really hurt us. And you know, going back to Auburn and so forth. But these guys have come back. It's not like we've shown a lot of consistency in how we've battled everybody, you know, and how we've continued to play 4 quarters and have a chance to win. And you know, that's a good sign. You know, and I'm proud of that. You know, it's especially when you look around the country and you see some teams, you know, blow somebody out, then get blown out. You know all that kind of major inconsistency. You know, our guys are competing. We certainly have got to get better, and we don't play smart every week. And we got a few guys here and there that do some things just make you scratch your head in some critical situations, but. You know, we're making a lot of progress for the long term, and we continue just to battle, win or lose. Good things are ahead for these guys and the program and everybody involved with it.
Dabo, just given the way the defense has really been dominant over the last 6 quarters or so, and especially Saturday, is the natural inclination to maybe get a little more conservative offensively?
No, we need to score some points. However, we got to score. It doesn't matter. But you know, our defense is playing good, and you know, they continue to play that way. Then we're going to have a great opportunity to win because they'll keep us in it. But you know, we just do what we got to do. We just got to. Again, we've had some outstanding drives. I mean, I think we had 2 15-play drives the other day, and I mean, we get nothing. We got to come away with points. We have to come away with points. You know, when you put drives together, especially those type drives, or we got to create some more explosive